RuneScape is full of items you can't buy from other players. You have to acquire them yourself, regardless of your account type. Hence the name, Untradables. Some of these items hold crucial quality of life unlocks and are best in slot gear, while others just aren't worth your time or effort. In this video, we're going to cover 10 untradable items which are absolutely worth grinding for while you forge your adventure in the world of old school RuneScape. First in our list, we have Ava's Attractor, Accumulator, and Assembler. Ava's devices come in 3 tiers and are awards from the Animal Magnetism quest. If you're below 50 range, you're going to be awarded the Attractor, else you'll get your hands on the Accumulator. The Attractor will automatically pick up 60% of arrows from the floor, while the Accumulator nets you a 72% pickup rate, along with a small ranged accuracy boost. Finally, the Ava's Assembler can be crafted by attaching Vorkath's head to an Accumulator. The Assembler is currently the best item for range in the cape slot. It boasts a +8 range attack bonus, some nice defensive bonuses, and a +2 ranged strength bonus, along with the capability to pick up 80% of your ranged ammunition. 20% of your ranged ammo is always going to be destroyed after firing it. No matter which device you get, the quality of life and cost savings of having your ranged ammo automatically picked up for you is huge on any account. Next, I want to talk about the Mage Arena 1 and 2 capes. These capes offer some awesome magical accuracy and defensive bonuses, and can be relatively easy to obtain. In order to receive the Mage Arena 1 cape, players must partake in the Mage Arena mini quest and defeat Collodion in his 4 forms. The battle is really simple for any capable mage and shouldn't pose much of a problem, even though it is located in the deep wilderness. Afterwards, you can claim as many god capes as you like for free. The Mage Arena 1 cape makes a great low-risk option when either PKing or PVMing. If you want to imbue your Mage Arena cape and acquire the best in slot mage cape item, you're going to have to put in a little more work. You'll have to defeat 3 bosses hidden in different locations throughout the wilderness, with the appropriate god spells if you want a chance at upgrading your cape. These bosses hit hard and can be a real challenge for low to mid-level players, so be sure to come prepared. If you manage to defeat all 3 bosses and collect their parts, you can bring them back to Collodion for a juicy 2% mage damage bonus and some increased magical attack accuracy on your cape. Since we're on the topic of capes, let's talk about the Fire and Inferno capes. These untradables have been the hallmark of RuneScape and the bane of many players. The Fire cape is a guaranteed drop from completing the fight caves and is a reward from the infamous face-off with Secateur. Secateur. Anyway, players will have to survive through 62 waves of Tsar monsters before finally taking on the big bad Jad. It boasts a +4 strength bonus, +11 in all defensive bonuses, and even has a +2 prayer bonus. In my opinion, this cape is a rite of passage from moving between the early and mid game, and it can serve you well way into the late game as well. If you want the upgrade, you're going to have to put in some work to beat the Inferno, which is widely regarded as RuneScape's toughest PVM challenge. The Inferno cape doubles your strength bonus and triples your melee attack bonuses. It's definitely a worthwhile item to go for if you're looking for best in slot and to improve your skill at the game. The next item on our list is the Suite of Defenders. These handy little swords are wielded in place of a shield and provide some crucial attack and defensive bonuses. Defenders come in all metallic tiers ranging from bronze all the way up to dragon and can be acquired by killing Cyclops in the Warriors Guild. You need a combined attack and strength level of at least 130 to even enter the Warriors Guild, and you're not done yet. Once you're inside the guild, you need to participate in some of the minigames to get Warriors Guild tokens, where every 10 tokens grants you 1 minute inside the Cyclops room. You'll need to fight your way up the Defender ladder starting at bronze until you get the coveted Dragon Defender, a 1 in 100 drop from tougher Cyclops in the Warriors Guild dungeon. If you really want the best in slot, then you're gonna need to find a team and head on over to the Theater of Blood in hopes of snagging an Avernic Defender hilt, which can be attached to your Dragon Defender as a permanent upgrade. Our next item is something every account should have. You guessed it, Barrow's Gloves. These gloves are a reward from completing the Recipe for Disaster quest. Completing the aforementioned quest is a great goal for new accounts because it includes a large number of subquests and goals that you need to complete first. This can really help to progress your account in a number of meaningful ways. For example, Recipe for Disaster requires 40s and 50s in a wide variety of skills, along with completion of important prerequisite quests like Monkey Madness and Desert Treasure. For just 130k, players can get these gloves from the Coloromancer's chest, and they provide a beefy plus 12 defense and offensive bonus to all combat styles except for magic, along with a plus 12 strength bonus. Needless to say, these gloves are great for all three combat styles and will serve players well into their late game. The next item is essential for anyone training Slayer. If you're out doing a Slayer task without a black mask or Slayer helm, then you are seriously missing out. You may be asking yourself, wait, isn't the black mask tradable and all the components of the Slayer helm tradable? Well, yes, you would be correct. However, in order to assemble the Slayer mask itself, you still need to purchase the ability for 400 reward points through a Slayer Master, which requires you to take the time to learn a skill and complete Slayer tasks. The Slayer Helm is so worth the effort though, giving a 16.67% boost to attack and strength when on task. It can be further upgraded to apply a 15% damage and accuracy boost to magic and range as well by imbuing the Slayer Helm at the Nightmare Zone. There are some bosses like Kriara, DKs, and the Calfine Queen that I wouldn't even consider doing without my Slayer Helmet. The attack and strength bonuses for each combat style make bossing while on task range from just barely bearable to buttery smooth, depending on the boss. The next item on our list, most of you will be quite familiar with since literally everyone wears it. I'm talking about the Graceful set. Most skilling outfits really aren't worth it in my opinion, as they oftentimes take longer to get than the XP saved to 99 by just training the skill. However, this is one skilling outfit that is 1000% worth it to grind for. You can get a full set of Graceful by running agility rooftop courses and turning in the Marks of Grace to Grace in the Rogue's Den. The Graceful outfit is the closest thing that we have to resting from RS3 and is a great way to help preserve run energy while doing a huge array of tasks. Graceful, or at least its pieces, are best in slot in so many skilling activities including Volcano, Blast Furnace, General Questing, Plank Making, Agility in the Hallowed Sepulchre, Farm and Herb Runs, Rune Crafting, outside of Guardians of the Rift, and a whole bunch of other places. You'll honestly find that throughout early and mid game, you'll be wearing your Graceful more than any of your other armor sets. It's a huge quality of life to be able to run longer distances and recharge your run energy faster. After you get Graceful, walking anywhere will feel like an absolute chore. This next item may cause a bit of controversy due to the nature of obtaining it, but nevertheless, we have the Fighter Torso. A lot of players want to just skip out on this Untradeable and jump right into the Bandos chestplate, but let me tell you, the Fighter Torso should not be ignored. It gives the exact same strength bonus as the Bandos chestplate, except that it's free and the BCP is 25 mil. Now, the Bandos chestplate is still technically better due to its much higher range defensive bonuses. However, the Fighter Torso will still net you the same max hit, which is what really counts. The Torso is obtained through the Barbarian Assault minigame, and let me tell you, this minigame has gotten a lot of hate within the OSRS community. It consists of 10 waves of enemies where 4 players need to coordinate together in different roles to survive. This minigame is notorious for players leaving or disconnecting in the later waves, which basically forces everyone to start again from wave 1, find a new team, and essentially just waste their time. It's also worth noting that Barbarian Assault is very teamwork oriented. When you have a great team, the minigame goes pretty well. And when you have a terrible team, the minigame becomes a venerable nightmare of anguish and pain as you scream, "Call, call, call" to your teammates, only to have it fall on deaf ears. Honestly, the Torso is only a couple hour grind even with Barbarian Assault randoms, but I understand why people want to skip it. I still think that 25 mil save though through Barbarian Assault could go into better upgrades, which is why I added the Fighter Torso to this list. We've talked a lot about combat upgrades, but the Magic Secateurs absolutely deserve a spot on this list. The Secateurs are a reward from the Fairy Tale Part 1 quest and should be used on every herb run thereafter. These farming tools increase the yield of the herb, Celestia, Scrape, Allotment, Bush, Limpwort, and Hop patches by 10%. This is definitely a non-negligible bonus that will tremendously increase your profits on regular herb runs. There's not really much else to say about the Magic Secateurs other than the fact that they're easy to get and provide huge bumps to your daily profits, so definitely get them. Our last untradeable item on our list is the Void Knight equipment. I can't say that I use my Void Knight armor every day, and it's not best in slot in many places. However, it does have utility in quite a few different areas of the game. If you didn't know, Void Knight equipment has a special set effect that gives a 10% accuracy and damage bonus for both melee and ranged helmets, and a 45% accuracy bonus for magic. This makes Void a good all-around choice for bosses like Barrows, Vorkath, and learning the Theater of Blood. Void is a great tool for learning gear switches because you only have to worry about switching the helmet to get the various set effect benefits. In places like the Theater of Blood's Nilocus room, new players are often overwhelmed with the mechanics and sheer number of enemies attacking, and thus Void really shines here because its simple gear switch helps to keep players focused on what's important, killing the spiders. After completing the hard Western Provinces diaries, players can upgrade their Void to the Elite tier, which provides an additional 2.5% damage boost to magic and ranged, as well as a nice +6 prayer bonus. Although Void is paper thin in terms of defensive bonus, it's free and provides some really nice accuracy and damage bonuses for all 3 combat styles, which is why it was included in this list. Well, that's all I have for you today. I hope you learned about something new or at least enjoyed the content. I'm starting to stream a little bit more regularly on Twitch, so check me out at twitch.tv/runewraith_. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as it really helps my channel grow. Thank you and have a great day.